serve.
Josh Allen, not great. I'll be honest with you. I thought this one was a punt, so I gave this one. So you know what? That one's okay. That's just
It's
a punt.
only somewhat
Put him back in the
acceptable one, but it's still not
four-yard
that
line.
acceptable.
The other two weren't great, and then he gave a fumble away too. He was quite upset after the game. Take a listen.
Trying to force the ball. Yeah, same place, different day. I hurt our team tonight. I cost our team tonight. And it feels eerily similar to last year, and I hate that it's the same. We prepared so hard. The effort was there. Our guys played so hard. Defense gave us opportunities. They played a heck of a game, and you know, it sucks when you feel like you're the reason, and I am the reason why we lost tonight.
Brew, you've already abandoned the Jets.
Well,
you did.
I'm just looking at the facts.
I'm not pushing back.
Their star quarterback got hurt.
Acceptably.
Pick them to make the playoffs.
Are you ready to agree with Nick that the Bills are also not contenders this year?
No. I mean, they weren't my favorite. Kansas City's obviously a contender ahead of them.
I think the Bills are right where they should be right now.
I'm sticking with that. And Cincinnati is better than Buffalo.
Yep.
So, fringe contender. I mean, I never had them getting out of the AFC this year. But I am not. I picked them to win the division, and they're gonna make the playoffs.
You still got them to win the division? You still feel good about that?
I still got them making the playoffs.
You still got them to win the division?
Yeah, one game
feel
does not
better
season
because the Jets are now done.
I got them making the playoffs. I didn't have the Jets winning the division. I'll keep with them winning the division. Josh Allen has struggled against the Jets. I said it last time. His last 3 games against them got 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
They
Joe
have
Burrow's
his
struggled
number,
against the Browns.
just like the Browns have the Bengals number. All right, it happens. Just like the Bengals have the Chiefs number.
It is not
and so I'm not going to abandon the Bills just because of one bad game.
Wilds, what was the Bills Super Bowl? What was it? We had a whole party for them.
I'm getting a lot of pop quizzes.
Yeah.
You guys got to.
Do you remember?
Was it the Chiefs?
Beating the Chiefs last year.
Oh, beating the Chiefs.
Have they since then? Have they only played the Jets and no one told me?
Well, he has 9.
Because here's Josh Allen since winning his only Super Bowl, beating the Chiefs on October 16th. That's 13 games. 13 games.
They were 13.
What was their record in those 13 games?
Okay, so guys, we can do
what
this.
was their record
we
in
can
those
do this
13
shell game
what
if
was
we
their
want.
record?
Hold on, no, I'm good with
that
it.
That record doesn't matter.
About winning?
We can do this shell game of Dak was terrible, they won 40-0. Josh Allen's been awesome because they're 13-3, or we can be honest. That
13-3, no run game to speak of.
Great.
One great receiver.
Great.
It's pretty good.
So, but put the numbers up again. Just put them up again.
Where did he finish in MVP?
He has 13 through. They haven't done it for this year. He just had 4 turnovers last night. Wait a second.
Are those fumbles or fumbles lost?
Those are fumbles. He has 16. No,
how many did he lose?
He has 6. I'm thinking 6, maybe 7 if you include last night.
That one didn't fit the narrative.
16. No, because fumble. Whether or not you recover a fumble does not change the fact that you are putting the ball in jeopardy. That is 29 times you have either turned it over or potentially turned it over in 13 games. The reason that people believed the Bills were great was because they believed they had unquestionably one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the sport. They don't, so they're not. Do they have? Brew, do you think they have a great defense? Do you think it?
It's a
the
good
Bills
defense.
do.
Okay, so no.
With Von
Do
Miller.
you think they have a good running game?
Not really.
You just said it. Do you think they have a great receiving core?
They got a great receiver.
A great receiving core. A great receiving. No.
They got good tight ends.
Okay, so no. So the whole reason people thought this team was special was because they thought the quarterback was special. He can be for a month, in 2020 the whole
special,
season.
I would say.
But he's not consistently.
He is not.
So they're not. Do you think they're contenders?
Yeah, I think they're contenders. Look, I don't like players that turn the ball over.
They should get to the playoffs and get hot for 4 or 5
I'm not
games. I mean,
breaking
any
new
team can
ground
really do
here.
that.
And I think that he needs to be able to take a step back and realize that the best decision here is to throw the ball away. And as quarterbacks get older and as they mature and as they start understanding that not every play has to be a highlight reel, not every first down has to turn into some dynamic, explosive play, when they get to that point, then real growth takes place.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
He's not a rookie. He's not young. Like
No.
this lesson should have taken hold by now.
I understand that, but he struggled against the Jets last year, and then the moment last night was a pretty big moment. So we've got Aaron Rodgers, we've got all the things surrounding it. It's
Yeah, I
the
mean, as soon as
season
Aaron
opener,
Rodgers goes down,
they're
all the
division
pressure in the world
champions,
comes down on
and
Josh
he's
Allen to win
not
that
even
game.
talked about. They're not even talked about. They're an afterthought.
He still
I
should
could
have
see
easily.
him pressing, him wanting to say, yeah, I belong on this stage too. And typically when people press, when players try to make plays that aren't there, it turns out bad, not good. And it felt like that's what he was doing last night.
He turned the ball over 4 times last night. None of the turnovers I thought was the worst play. If I'm a Bills fan, and I don't know if we have time to show it, the hurdle he attempted, 8 yards shy of the first down marker, on 3rd down, is such an insane decision. This is, Coach, you talk about, you mentioned earlier, you have a son in high school who is a great football player. If you had a kid on his team do this, and you were close with him, you would say, hey, you're going to get yourself hurt, going to get yourself killed. To Wild's point, he was in the 2018 draft. He's not a young player, and last year, the only passable excuse for how he ended the season was, it's not fair, guys, he got hurt. So if you, at some point, you are who you are.
I'll bring this up, too, because we haven't addressed it. One concern I do have is Diggs. Like, if this goes on for a few more games.
My concern is Diggs and McDermott just going like this to be smart to Josh Allen. That's not what you want to have televised.
And then they got the Commanders. If this continues, those are 2 very winnable games.
Basically tell him to stop being dumb.
Like, is he going to go off? And
Well,
might as well say that.
How much pressure Diggs is applying on Allen to make some of those throws?
Right.
You know, when there's been so much conflict.
Yeah, it
between
definitely
you
felt
guys,
a
you've
bit
got
more forced
a
last
great
night, too,
wide
with
receiver,
Diggs.
and he wants the ball all the time, which is understandable.
I mean, he did
You know,
have,
that
what,
can put
100 yards
pressure
in
on
a
a guy,
touchdown?
too,
It was still pretty good.
do
There
things
was
like
a
that.
clip of him last night. I don't know if you
Coaching
caught it.
Allen up.
Yeah, and he was like, be smart. He was saying, be smart.
Be smart, but then after Allen's final turnover, when Allen was down in the dumps, to Diggs' credit, I got to be fair because I've been critical of him leaving, he went over to Allen on the sideline, was trying to, pick him up when Allen was clearly down. So that was actually a positive moment for them, but they're just, this little mini run, the 13-second game broke them.
Good
Just
thing
did.
they didn't put a
13
Super Bowl
second game.
giant trophy in there.
That's a good point.
Poor
Jets,
Bills.
Next.
Poor Bills fans.